Talk about something for a few minutes here. It's not going to take me long to talk about this. It's not that big of a deal. What we are going to talk about is the fact that some of y'all need to fucking let go of certain things. If you, as a grown-up, are still going to the channels and pages of people that you don't like online and absorbing their content and taking their shit and watching it just so you can go, well, I don't like it because of this, and I don't like it because of that. You don't like them. What made you think watching their shit was going to change your mind? I'll fucking wait. Right? It would almost surprise me if you all weren't such idiots. There are people out there I don't like. Music artists, actors, singers, fucking, YouTubers themselves, TikTokers, people like that I don't care for, or I don't like their content. I may not like them as a person, but I don't like their content. You know what I do? What I fucking do? I avoid them. I don't seek out their shit and go watch it. Now, I may be speaking about Shane and Jeffree Star in this case, but it happens a lot with other people as well, I'm sure. Especially in the case of Shane, though, because this video he came out with is like damn near an hour long. I'm not going to watch 5 minutes of a video of somebody I don't like, let alone a fucking hour of their stuff, just so I can sit there and go, no, I hate it. It's this and that and the other thing, and I don't fucking like those things. You can only blame yourself in those cases because you decided to digest their content, give them a view, give them an audience, and further convince them that they have a fucking audience. So you're partially to blame for them to continue to put out content, right? So I hope someday, if I blow up on YouTube and I get a lot of fucking people and a big following, that there are not people coming on my videos going, oh, I don't like her. Her stuff is playing out. I will comment back at you, ma'am. I really will. You can bet your bottom fucking Reese's cup. I will comment back at you. And I'll be like, oh, I will make a fucking personalized video with your username in it. And I'll say, oh, well, Jennifer, you didn't need to fucking watch my shit, okay? Huh? You didn't need to come here. You didn't need to punch in my fucking username into the fucking search bar. You didn't need to click on it if it came up on your recommended. You could have fucking skipped that shit entirely. But you don't like me, and yet you come to my shit. Those of you who do that are stupid. You're idiots. The best part of you ran down the crack of your mama's ass and landed on the mattress. That's why you do that kind of shit. Because the brain cells that would have been in that little piece of you would have kept you from doing it. You don't realize the time you're wasting. Especially if you watch that thing of Shane's and you don't like Shane or Jeffree or any of them. You wasted an hour or damn near of your life watching someone you know you don't like their jokes. You don't like their content. You don't like the way they dress, the house they live in, the pets they have, the way they speak. You don't like anything about this person. And you're like, I'm just going to go ahead and absorb their stuff. That'd be like me going, I don't like this. Going to the store, buying it, going to the trouble of refrigerating it. Then sitting here and taking a shot and going, I don't like that. After I knew I didn't like it. You know what the definition of insanity is? The definition of insanity? Repeating the same behavior and wishing for a different fucking result. At least that's what everyone used to say. I don't think that's the definition of insanity anymore. Because there's so many different mental ailments now that they're like, we have to do something to differentiate. Also, another part of that. How are you going to go to something that you know is most likely going to make you unhappy and miserable, and then complain that it makes you unhappy and miserable? Sweetheart. Darling. Stupid. Fix your shit. Again, especially if you're an adult doing this, because adults are, I don't know, supposed to have other things on their plate. Aren't you supposed to have, like, a life and a job and hobbies and things you want to do? that you actually know you'll enjoy, go do that shit. I'm not saying Shane Dawson's perfect. I'm not saying Jeffree Star is perfect. I'm not saying anybody that I watch on YouTube is perfect, period. I'm saying you're doing stupid stuff. You're doing stupid behavior. It would be stupid if I said I did not like Charlie Puth, right? I don't have a problem with him, but let's say I hate Charlie Puth. Hate his music, hate what he does, hate what he stands for, hate his voice, hate him, hate what he looks like. What you're doing is the equivalent of me going to his concert, buying his album, walking up to him, getting him to autograph it, plastering his face all over my wall. Because you guys not only watch Shane Dawson to shit on him, but you then go into the videos, the tens of hundreds of videos in some cases, of people talking about Shane and Jeffree, and watch those videos, and comment on every single fucking one of them, going, oh my god, they're so hideous, they're horrible, I hate the video. You waste so much of your fucking time, and oxygen, and energy. And like it or not, neither one of them have been persecuted for a fucking thing. Okay? You want to sit there and say, oh, they did this, they did that. Can you prove any of it was anything more than a fucking joke? A bad joke. A joke that I don't necessarily fucking agree with or identify with. But I can admit it was a fucking joke. I can disagree with someone's sense of humor, but also sit there and go, I didn't like it or find it funny, and I think it's kind of crude and disgusting. But I get why other people would laugh at it. It's a joke. And I can leave it at that. If you can sit there and laugh at Seth MacFarlane's jokes on fucking Family Guy when there's an entire pedophile character, and it takes an entire room full of people to animate, voice, produce, write, edit, and write and sign off on it before it airs, then I don't want to hear you fucking say shit. If you know the true story behind Alice in Wonderland and it's still your favorite aesthetic and Halloween costume, shut the fuck up. If you didn't know, well, Alice in Wonderland was written by a man who was high on shrooms, who was obsessed with his friend's, 10 or 12-year-old daughter. So a pedophile hyped up on fucking mushrooms wrote Alice in Wonderland. If you like Jeepers Creepers, you're supporting a pedophile. The fucking director of Jeepers Creepers is a convicted pedophile. He filmed himself doing this shit. One of his victims finally spoke up. The parents raided his house. Well, not the parents, but probably the police. Found a bunch of cassette tapes of it. And, yeah. The Rock. He did a skit on Saturday Night Live where he not only makes fun of child molestation, but he makes fun of the cycle of abuse. He plays a doctor. Again, an entire room of people had to write this fucking skit and sign off on it. He also had to sign off on it. And he's 6'3", big movie star, strong dude, who could have said, no, I don't feel right doing this. No one's going to make him fucking do that, right? So the skit was he had to play an evil scientist that had the most evil invention. You know what the fucking invention was? Chomo Robo. The Robo Chomo. A robot that molests fucking children. And they even mock the cycle of abuse by having a mock reporter stand up and say, how do you program a robot to molest children? And they say, by molesting it. And you can sit there and say, well, he did other jokes too. Well, guess what? There's other people out there that you don't have a problem with that made the same fucking jokes. So, unless you're going to hold every single person that makes those kind of fucking jokes, comments, and things like that accountable, then shut the fuck up about Shane. Shut the fuck up. You're not going to hold Jeffree Star. You're not going to hold those two, you're not going to hold James Charles to the same fucking level of accountability, because apparently everyone's already forgot what he fucking did, which was much more recent, and it was actually proven in some of the cases. You're not going to hold that accountable, but you're going to hold something that happened 6 to 10 years ago over Shane Dawson's head. Okay. Go for it. You have nothing better to do. Go for it. And again, I'm not saying I identify with, sign off on, or agree with all of his jokes or humor. I just think if you're going to hold one accountable, hold the rest of them accountable. And that's all I have to fucking say on that. Have a nice day. Also, quit watching people. Quit going out of your way to watch people you hate just so you can bitch. Go take a jog. Go take a fucking nap. Go eat a Scooby snack. Grow up.